Hi guys, in last lecture we have discussed about how we have to populate the model pop-up. Okay, now once you show the model pop-up, once you populate the data into the model pop-up, I need to update the data, right? So here I wanted to update the contact name to the some XYZ. So how do I have to update the this record? So for that we have to use the HTTP put request. So by using the HTTP put request, I can update the data. So what is the key? So once you are going to update the data, one key is the important of this customer. So you have to tell to the developer. Means you have to tell to the developer that you need to update the enter the record based on the one key. Let's say that is a primary key, or you can say that let's say that is a primary key or unique key, kind of that. So as per now, in this model pop-up, just assume that this customer ID is the primary key. So I wanted to update this enter the this object based on the customer ID. So we will see this into the code. So before we start the code, we have to concentration on these steps. We need to pass model pop-up data to service. So service needs to prepare one put request, I mean nothing but update request, and take the and take the that current row record. First take the record. So why we take the record? Because of we need to send this current row to the DB, right? So once you get the response, what you have to do? You have to update. You have to update table with the current row. Okay, so you have to update the table with the current row. I mean whatever the row we have updated through model pop-up. So for that row you have to update. So we have to follow these three steps once we are going to prepare the code. So let me write the code. Okay, so we need to add the one event for the update. Once I have added this event, I need to pass the data, right? So this what is the data I have to pass? This data I have to pass. This form group related data I have to pass. So for that, need to take the form group. Okay. Now come to TS file and write the logic. Once I update that, okay, what happened? I need to prepare this object and I need to give this object to the HTTP put request. Okay, so for that I need to write the one service here. Need to write service instance. Why? Because service I can't directly write the HTTP put request here. So I need to prepare that HTTP put request into the customer service. Okay. So because of maintaining all the services into the in this location. Okay. Once you write the method, we have to prepare the put request. In this put, first parameter is the URL. So that URL is this. I have to take this URL because of this API is giving to me for the update record. So along with I need to prepare the body also. So for the customer ID here, for prepare the customer ID, I need to take the customer ID from the this value, right? From this parameter. Okay. So take this parameter here, and this parameter is going to give me the customer ID. So better if you prepare the type here. Let me say that is already I have prepared the customer type. Okay, so I am adding the customer type here. So why? Because of I can get the intelligence of the customer ID. Now So I need to give this URL right here. So I need to give this URL to here. Along with I need to pass the customer ID. After, so once you prepare this one, I wanted to pass a body of that model pop-up. So which body I wanted to pass? Update customer. That's it. What is happening here, right? I am preparing the URL. So this URL, and based on this URL, I wanted to pass the what is the body of that model pop-up, because of I need to update the record, right? That's it. This body, it can contain to the any kind of here body contain any kind of here. So that as per now, as per this API, it is expecting the model pop-up. This is expecting the customer value. So the customer value is this value. Okay, what is the model pop-up related value? That is the customer value. So this API is expecting the body, I mean HTTP body is the customer value. Okay, so this is the URL. So this URL is nothing but like I have to pass the URL in this format. I need to pass the customer IDs, right? This customer ID. I need to pass this customer ID value, and I am taking that customer ID value into here. Like this way, I need to pass to the web server in this format. Okay. So instead of this customer ID value, I am taking the customer ID value from the update customer. This anyway, this parameter contains the customer ID. So I am taking from this parameter. Okay, that's it. Now I have to return this, right? So once you return, then I can only subscribe the this observable. So HTTP port also it's give the observable. So now I can observe. Now I can subscribe this observable, right? So first step is I need to call this update customer into the event update customer. So let me call this dot customer form dot update. Just now we have added that sorry, not customer form, customer service. Just now we have added the update customer, right? So that update customer pass this update customer value. Okay, let me say this is not update customer. Just let me say that better understanding customer. Okay, pass this value to this one. Okay, now once I get the response from the this HTTP put request, okay, I am taking that response and I am logging that response. Let me see the what is the response of that. Once that is requested, what is the response I wanted to see. Okay, save all. That's it. So what I am doing, I am preparing the put request into the customer.service. Okay, I am calling that update customer. That's it. So the service looks like this. So first step is in the service you have to pass the URL. So in case if you wanted to pass the any parameter as a body, so next step is you have to prepare that body. Okay, now here object I am preparing the update customer, right? So no need to object no need to mention this is the object, so you can simply pass as the value here. Okay, so let me save all. Once saved successfully, I can see the response. So as per now I am updating this one, contact name, update. So what happened, I am getting the exception. Pass prompt as a customer value. Now if you see the response rate, same response. Okay, But here my model pop-up is not closed, and moreover, if you see create and update buttons, right? I wanted to show these two buttons based on the event. So once I click the update, I wanted to see this update event, update button for create customer, create button. Okay, so we will see all these things. So here you need to, and moreover, if you notice here, I didn't see this notification also, right? So three things I have to do here. One thing is notification, so buttons, and here, and need to close the model pop-up. So this message I wanted to display. So customer value dot customer ID, it's give the whatever the customer ID related value from the model pop-up, it will pick, and I just wanted to add this message, okay, to the notification. Let me add, this is not created, I am updating, right? So let me add update. Okay, now, so this message I'm going to display into the notification. That's it. So let me see the output, and I need to close this model pop-up also, right? So this dot active model dot close, so which is going to be close the model pop-up. Once the update is completed, I am showing the notification as well as the I am closing the model pop-up also. Model pop-up, and update contact name is so I am doing so contact name is ABCD, and update. So once I update, closing the model pop-up as well as the I'm showing the notification. But if you observe here, after update, see still contact name is it's not updated. So because of I didn't update the row. Okay, but data, once you refresh, what will happen, right? So I can get the proper data. See here, if I refresh, observe the what is the contact name of this customer ID. So see, if I refresh, so I'm getting the proper data, but without the refresh, I wanted to populate the what is the update row, what is the update data into the this table. Okay, now come to the, again this model. So how we have to do that? So first step is I have to take the event emitter again. So event emitter, which is responsible to share the data between to the two components, right? The same thing, whatever this data, this current data, I wanted to take this current data, and update the whatever the current data, right? That current data you have to update with the this model pop-up. Whatever the one already we are having the one emitter, that is the customer success emitter. So you can see here customer success emitter, right? So I'm taking this customer success emitter. Because of this customer success emitter, I am using the create get customer here, get customer also. So here I have used that. So here I have used, right? So I need to give the what is the latest data. I wanted to give the data into the this event emitter. Okay, so now go to create customer component, give the what is the latest data, customer value, right? So that value I have given, I am emitting that data into the customer event emitter. So same thing, I need to subscribe this success event emitter into the get customer list. So go to the constructor. So go to the constructor. So anyway, this is already subscribed. If you observe the model pop-up here, if you click the create customer, once you are creating the one new entry, so that new entry is coming to this subscribe method. Okay, as well as if you update this record, right? So once you are doing this update record, automatically again this subscribe method is going to be triggered. So we have to differentiate between this create component and update component. So how we have to give the differentiate? So for that you need to use the find method. So that is the find method. The find method is the JavaScript method. So by using the JavaScript method, we can differentiate. So by using the find method, I can differentiate. So you first step is you need to find the data, okay, based on the element customer ID. If customer ID is not at all available, just imagine that is the sorry, if customer ID is available, okay, just imagine that is the update method. Okay, if customer ID is not available, just think that is a new customer. Then you have to push that the same code, this whatever the code I am doing, right, the same code. If record is not available, okay, this record is not available, just push that into the customers list. Okay, this is for updation. Okay, means I am finding the record based on the customer ID. In case it is not available, just imagine that is the update. In case it is not available, it is a create. So what happened, one that is the one it is available, customer ID is available, I am just assigning whatever the current row, okay, that current row into the that customer list index value. I am updating that current row into the customer list index value. Okay, customer list index value which is represents the current row. Okay, that current row, that's it. This logic may be a bit complex, just understand what is happening here. Okay, now let me save all, and I need to update the button also, right, these buttons. So I need to change the buttons list also, right. So once you have clicked the create customer, you are seeing two buttons, right. So for update I wanted to see the update button, for create customer I wanted to see the create button. Okay, let me resolve this issue also. So constructor, if you observe this model pop-up event emitter which represents the once you are going to click the update button, right. So this is going to be subscribe, this event emitter is going to be subscribe. So this event emitter is the using the subscribe method. So first create the is create, well, let me create the one local variable boolean property, that is a boolean property. This is create should be false. Okay, whenever that model pop up from the update button, it should be false. Okay, the same boolean property apply into the create customer HTML. Okay, here ng if, or I can say ng show also, ng if is create. Okay, whenever in case it is it is uh, it is populated from the create button and it is not populated from the create button, that's it. And open this. So open this, you are seeing the create button, and click the update button, you are seeing the update button, right. Okay, now let me see that whether this table is updated or not. Okay, so contact name I am updating the contact title here. I'm updating the contact title here, 1 2 3 4 update. This is updated successfully. The contact title is updated, right. So earlier it was not updated, right. So in this way you have to prepare the update request. So again, if you click the, when you are going to add in the new customer here, create. Once you create, so new customer has created, right. So if you try to update this same customer, come to here, update. So again come to the company name, here make it as, here I am updating the company, update. See here you see the updated, so even you can see the notification. Okay, in this way you have to update the record. So we have to focus on that in this place, how to update the record. So this URL always, when you are working real-time projects, don't worry about this URL. So anyway your teammate will give this URL to you. So here I am using the update customer. See, if you see update customer here, what happened, right? By default, it is going to connect it to the API which is in the web server, which is located in the web server, automatically it's converted to the JSON format. So as per now, this is not in the JSON format. This is a purely object. So whenever it is going to connect to the web server, automatically it converted into the JSON. So here no need to worry about to conversion of the JSON. So automatically it will convert. Okay. So next lecture, I will explain you how to prepare the delete operation. So please watch that. Thank you. Thank you so much.